Hello and welcome to this pick a card reading, all to do with the winter solstice. This is ancestral guidance for the darkest night, all about embracing the shadow within that. So there are 3 piles to choose from, 1, 2 and 3. Timestamps are in the description box below so you can skip ahead to your reading. Please remember that this is a collective reading, so take what resonates, leave the rest. And if you want a way more in-depth personalized reading that is completely focused on you, your reality, your life, then reach out for a one-to-one. Details are in the description box below. I'd absolutely love to get you booked in. I'm wishing you a beautiful winter solstice celebration. I hope that the turning of the wheel is gentle with you and that the next chapter is full of joy and beauty. I will see you in your reading. Hello, pile 1. If you picked this card, then the ancestral guidance for the darkest night for you is snow, rest and contemplation, which is beautifully synchronistic with this time of year. This really is asking us for that inward turn. This is what the winter celebration is all about. It's asking us to retreat inwards, to rest, to contemplate, to simply be, to be in our worlds. And on this darkest night, with this coming through in regards to this and then how to embrace your shadow, is asking you to allow yourself that rest time, that quiet time, without distraction, without anything going on, and just being with the dark, being with the light of the day. It's the darkest night, but it's also the shortest day. It is asking you to really honor this turning of the wheel, honor what this celebration is all about, that reflection aspect, and giving yourself the time to do so, clearing a busy schedule, clearing any plans that you may have, putting the book down, putting the phone down, putting the TV remote down, and just being. So let's get you another card before we move on to the tarot. Which deck do we want? Let's go with this one. Oh, it's got some of another deck in there. Vision Quest Desert. So this is very, very in line. So for one, if you've ever, if you are contemplating anything like a vision quest, if this card comes up, it's always a good indicator that you are going in the right direction, but that's not for everybody. And the vision quest is very much this energy. So you go off out into nature, out into the desert, depending on where you are, and it's just you. It is just you, yourself, and spirit, and the natural world around you. No water, no food, no shelter. Like, it's just you and the elements. And this is, it's leaning into this. So no, I'm not necessarily asking you to go and, sit in the freezing cold of British weather. Well, I'm in Britain, depending where you're watching this. I'm not asking that at all, unless you feel the call to. Definitely, as part of the shortest day, get yourself out in nature. That would be beautiful. But this isn't asking you to go on a vision quest in a very literal sense, but you can still do that within your home space. Like, winter is all about being around the hearth. I think I say that wrong, so if I do, apologies. About being within the home, warm, snuggly, that nesting element. So it's really just asking you to retreat. It's asking you for the quiet so you can get into alignment with spirit and the messages coming through. That is the message from your ancestors. That is the message from spirit at this moment in time, is to allow space for messages, for more information, for them to talk to you. The veil is always thin when it is a turning of the wheel celebration. So use that. The veil can be thin any time of year, but it's just a particular energetics where it makes it just a bit easier. So utilize it. Let's see what else wants to come through for you. Let's hit some tarot. We have the Six of Wands and the Ten of Cups. This feels like that reaching. This reaching up into the heavens, reaching up to make contact. It's almost like I feel like this figure is reaching up with like an antenna. And like, so it's allowing that, like turning on your radio, like raising your antenna so that you can really get these messages through clearly at this time. And then as a generalization, the Six of Wands is about this like public recognition and being seen. But I feel like this is very much about in regards to spirit, allowing that space to be witnessed, allowing that space for these messages to come through. I feel like there's some very, very personal messages for people in this pile that spirit needs to land. Some like real like veil lifting, rose tinted spectacles off. You being recognized in truth, in a way that they like that something is needing to be said that you need to hear, but you're really needing to put the effort in to reach up to make this contact. They're already there waiting, doing everything on their end. Spirit is there, your ancestors are, but you're not tuned in, you're not tapped in because everything's too loud, it's too busy, there's too many distractions. Get rid of the distractions, allow the messages to come through, allow the connection. And then we have the Ten of Cups in reverse. And this is a card that talks about a misalignment. It's broken. It's not happy. It's emotional discontent. And the Ten of Cups is like this happily ever after card, or at least the way I view it, because it's like, you know, happy families, Rainbow of Cups, you know, house, happy, happy, joy, joy. And there in the reverse, there's this brokenness, but it feels as if there's this like, this is connected to the message, something to do with something that hasn't come into alignment this year, something where harmony hasn't like come where you wanted it, where you expected it, where you were projecting and wishing for this happily ever after. And whether that was a family and a house and a rainbow full of cups, or whatever that looks like to you for that emotional contentment of the same like vibe, this is what it's connected to. And it's a message landing so you can really see the truth of why what you wanted so deeply did not come to pass, to show you this pathway forwards in this new chapter. So you really want this message to land because it's going to give you clarity that you so need to make peace with something so that you can really leave it behind, leave it in this last chapter. Don't take it forward. Let the turning of the wheel, and we've also, with this turning of the wheel, we also have this shift into Capricorn season. So there's just a lot of like shift and change. So let's leave the old chapter behind. See what else wants to come through. To the sea. Rest and contemplation coming forward in this card to me as well. This figure like in this boat adrift. You think of the vastness of the ocean and how like, and obviously we can't see the bigger picture, but that there could be nothing for miles and miles and miles and miles and miles and miles and miles around that element of quiet, stillness, and almost like, and finding yourself in the vastness. It's not getting lost in the vastness, it's finding yourself so that you can then pick the direction, so you know where you're going. That's part of this message coming through, that you may have been feeling lost in the ocean and now it's about getting you found, giving you direction. Allow the voices, allow the messages to come through. That is your message, to allow more messages. Let's see if we can get you any tips or tricks or tools that will just assist you with this. We will leave that card on the floor. It's a floor card. We have pilgrimage, and we have golden topaz and yellow rose. Okay, so Presley bluestone. So first off, you could use these things, Presley bluestone or golden topaz and yellow rose. These are things that you could potentially use. Sacred sites, grid work, and dragon energy. I mean, if you can get yourself to the winter solstice at Stonehenge, I'm saying that because that's relatively local to me, so it's something that's in my like mindscape. But anything like that in regards to where there is high intense energy would be very, very beneficial at this time. And I mean, also, like, I'm being told, like, you've got a week, 10 days. You do not have to go on the solstice if you don't want, but like in this period, maybe just consider that the Christmas period or something, that get yourself to something like that may potentially help. We then also have dragons and butterflies. So you could call in dragon energy, you could call in butterfly energy. Butterflies are all about this transformation. So this really is like a birthing of a whole new you. We have two keys here. They are not in every single card in this deck. So keys to find that key, that guidance to a new door, to unlock it. I have a Hecate goddess oil called Key. If that is, it's mugwort oil. If that is of any interest to you, please reach out. I would also, here is making me think, these 4 stones bringing in the 4 elements with spirit at the center. So some sort, like, working with the elements, which are also then a vision quest. You do the 4 directions, which is 4 elements. So that coming through, you could set up a ritual of some description whilst you're doing this, to actually allow like that meditative space to bring in spirit. And I would definitely mark your 4 corners, those 4 directions with the 4 elements. Please, like, either go with what you already know or have a research, because depending on what traditions and ways that you follow, the elements associate with different directions. So it's whatever is right to you. There is, in my opinion, in that regard, there are no rights and wrongs. There are different ways and different traditions, and it's what lands best with you. Pilgrimage, so you could also do walking meditations. You could just generally go on a walk, get out in nature, get out into the woods to be able to breathe that good green air in. And it's about this, like, bringing this lilac, making me think like that crown, third eye energy down, and grounding it, rooting it, this rainbow. That rainbow here, that 10 of cups is a rainbow. It's like coming down. It's going to bring you more, either more alignment in self and harmony, and also direction to get you towards that desire that you had that maybe didn't come to pass. This is about unlocking doorways, unlocking ways to get you to what you want. It may not look exactly how you expected it to, but sometimes it never does. And when it doesn't, spirit is not saying to you, this is what your ancestors are trying to make clear. Spirit doesn't deny you what is supposed to be yours. Spirit denies you what is not right for you and what is not good enough for you. And sometimes we can be like, oh, I really wanted that slice of cheesecake. It's just I wanted that cheesecake. That's the cheesecake I wanted. I had all my hopes, all my ideals, all on that bit of cheesecake. And then you don't get it. Someone else gets it. Last slice in the shop, that person in front of you, you're begging and pleading that they don't order it, they order it. And then you're like devastated. And then another cheesecake comes out from the back, and it's better. It's like your favorite flavor in all the world, even better. So it's a really weird example. And obviously we're talking way bigger scales than potentially a cheesecake here, but you get my point. You get the idea of what I'm trying to talk about, right? I hope, at least. Otherwise you're like, this lady's crazy, she's talking about cheesecake. Anyway, I'll leave it there. Please also look at these images. If anything else comes forward to you, then please follow that. Give it a thumbs up. Subscribe so you don't miss more. Please give me a comment. I love hearing from you. It genuinely makes me smile. And if you would like a one-to-one reading or any of my other services, please check out my details in the description box below, and I will see you in my next reading. Hello, Pile 2. If you picked this card, this is for your ancestral guidance for the darkest night. Soil, stability and simplicity. So this very in fitting with winter solstice vibes, because it's really, really asking you to like be still, to rest. This really, really like solid, grounded sort of rest, to really bring yourself back into your body, bring yourself like back into a really rooted way, getting yourself out of the hecticness, out of the mind, like bringing all of that down and just getting yourself solid again. Feels as if you may be a bit airy fairy, either anxious, just too many things going on and forgetting things, just like everything up in the mind, up in the mind, up in the mind. And this is really, really asking you to root down, hunker down, like be able to like feel your body, get in touch with yourself again, come back to yourself, come back to your 3D humanness. And part of the embracing the shadow aspect coming through is that this may be a normal thing for you, as in this may happen a lot, that you feel ungrounded, unstable, too many things going on, not enough time to slow. And that because of that busy hectic that is like a consistent in your life, you really struggle with that like stability that we need here on the earth plane. So it's really about doing it now, as in like the guidance for the darkest night is to do this, but the bigger guidance coming through with that is that this is part of your shadow aspect of like never allowing yourself time to be still, to be quiet, to regain your footing, to ensure that you're like nice and solid and stable and in touch with yourself and in touch with your body in a very like sensual way as well. So just really, really allowing this to look after your root system so that you can really stand strong and stand tall in this next chapter. Allow it now and make a promise to yourself to allow more of it. Let's get another card for you, pile 2. Ooh. It landed on the floor. So we have clouds and shape shifting. That clouds, this airy, up in the mind energy with clouds coming in makes it air, and air is that mindscape. And we're needing you to shift out of this and down and become grounded. So this is asking you to like make those changes, shape shift, make the adjustments so that you can come down from here and get more. Look at this. It is solid. It is dark. It is like it's earthly. I mean, this is beautiful, and I'm not saying it's not. It obviously is beautiful, and we love this, but it's asking you for more of this. Come back to yourself, come back to your body. A trick, a tip that you generally you need for your life, full stop. 5 of Swords, Swords are air, Knight of Swords. So air coming through. The 5 of Swords is a card that talks about this like tension and conflict and like asking you to drop these swords, drop the swords, drop this anxiety, drop the busy, drop. Like holding on to them only like causes you suffering in ways, especially at this moment in time, but in general it's too much. And you need to pause for a second, because the Knight of Swords in the reverse is like scattered thoughts and like just being all over the place. Like I said, it may just be that you're forgetting plans. You're so busy, you're forgetting plans, or you forget to pick up the parcel at the post office because you're just too much on. Maybe just highly anxious, paranoid, worried, fearful, or just overthinking. It's all of, and struggling to communicate as well could be a part of this. Coming back to yourself, coming back to your body, and really rooting that energy down from the higher chakras to your lower, and getting that, your feet firmly into the earth, so that you have a solid root system to support you. It will really help. It will clear your mind. We want no pushing forwards here, because the Knight is in the reverse. It's pushing forwards in the upright, and it's not here. It's more of it's asking you to pause, stop, be. Time in nature would obviously be of great assistance here with the getting grounded. Cold time of year, you don't necessarily have to go out and get barefoot. Just being out in nature and immersing yourself in it will just really, really assist. Ooh. And then we have, even this is interesting, loads of every card. Okay, the tarot didn't, I lie. These 2 cards fell on the floor, and this happens a lot, but I don't normally pick them up. So that element of getting down, like coming down to the earth. And then we have higher power here, and this is that like higher chakra sort of energy, the higher power. But this is the message from your ancestors, is that you will get this will give you clarity. Almost looks like there's like a key lock at her third eye here, and that like spark, it will open doorways. You actually have to clear the clouds to have the clear vista, to have that clear view, so the higher power, so your ancestors, so spirit can actually talk to you and give you the messages that you need. So the veil's always thinner at wheel turning, so more messages are likely to come through. And so if you lean into that, you'll really hear what you need to hear. So the message being, there's more messages for you, but you have to clear the way. You have to, like, unbusy your schedule and just allow that space for it to come through. Let's get you some more cards. Oh, okay. We will go with floor cards again. Floor cards. Floor cards are coming. We have Pneumite and Black Dahlia, the Void. Look at this black, look at this dark, this like getting down, 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 down. And this is the Void, ego shattering, soul fragments, and emptying. So this is, like I said, about this clarity, this cleansing the way, getting stuff gone that needs to be gone. So part of this embracing the shadow of the darkest night aspect will be really being honest with what you need to be dead and buried. So it's about grounding and rooting yourself down, and also give everything to the soil that you no longer want. I will have a candle winter solstice ritual PDF thing on my website. It will probably be up after this video is posted, so keep an eye out. But I recommend that for you. And then we also have crystal grid focus, create with intent. So crystal grids could be a very beneficial, useful thing for you to set up under this lunation. Focus your intention on a clear mind and keeping yourself grounded and rooted, and clearing the way, or any intention that you may have, but that is in fitting with this. Your crystal grid can be made up of crystals. It can also be stones, sticks, flowers, leaves, whatever you want to put there. There's no rights or wrongs. Crystals obviously hold a strong amplifying energy of whatever the crystal, energetics are, but everything holds an energetic. A flower, a stick, everything I just said, they still all hold energetics. So anything that you want to put there will be the right thing. Creating with intent is the important part, and I would utilize this, the messages coming through in this. And it's about that freeing you. It's about, see this like swirl here, it's about letting go, letting everything that doesn't serve you down that like hole, so that you can then build, like let that go and then build something beautiful on top of it. Right, I will leave it there for you, pile 2. I hope you have a beautiful winter solstice. If you liked this, please give it a thumbs up, comment. I love hearing from you. Subscribe so you don't miss any more videos. Details will be below. My website's down there if you want to check out the ritual PDF that will be available for the winter solstice ritual. And if you would like any of my other services, one-to-one reading or anything like that, my details will be down there too. And I will see you in my next reading. Hello. If you picked this card, pile 3, you have Basil, prosperity, luck, and love for your ancestral guidance for the darkest night. And in regards to embracing your shadow, this feels like there needs to be a mind switch, a focus switch in how you are viewing things. So where this is the darkest night, the longest night, is actually asking you to focus on the light part of it. So instead of that focus on the shadows or the doom or the gloom, it's actually more on that light, that switch. The light is now returning. Slowly it will grow, and it's asking you to see the light in what was dark. That to see the prosperity, the luck, the love in the failures, in what has come to pass that did not work out, in things where you're like, but it wasn't prosperous, it wasn't lucky, it wasn't love. It's like, no, that's the message. The switch needs to be there, that okay, something may not have worked out as you wanted to, it wasn't prosperous, but there's a reason for, and it's seeing the light in it, seeing the joy in it. It's like flipping that coin to see the other side, to see why it didn't work out, and to see the like how it was beneficial. And it may be very hard. Maybe this is quite a hard task for you to do in regards to seeing how something was a pro instead of a con. Or it may be you actually do know and you just need to put that focus point onto that in this moment in time. Be grateful for the lessons learned, and then like know that there is a shadow involved, but look what has bloomed from it, or look at what could bloom from it depending on your situation. We have, oh, floor card, music and harmony. So is this is bringing real light, harmony, balance into the darkness. This is your message. Music could be a very beneficial thing for you to be listening to. Listen to nice music that makes you happy, whatever that may be. I do recommend, like, you may really love that hella sad album that is like all like, you know, soul ouchy, and there's nothing wrong with that, but I would listen to music that is more joyous in some way. Even if you enjoy the sad, you know, heartbreaking music, play something a bit more uplifting that's going to bring more harmony to you. It's because it's all about the frequency of what the music is saying and how it like, we want you to be in the more positive mindset. This is the whole point of this pile's message from your ancestors. Let's shift that up. Did two turn? Two did turn. So we have the Queen of Pentacles and the Seven of Pentacles in reverse. And so with that Queen of Pentacles in the reverse, she generally talks about an imbalance where you're not grounded, you're not like rooted. There's like an instability there within, especially your divine feminine side. And so this is like asking you, especially with this, like to really hunker down, to root down, to ground down, in regards to what doors are open to you. It's not about focusing on the doors that are shut, it's focusing on the doors that are open. Seven of Pentacles is in the reverse is a card of a lack of long-term vision, and it's like, this is the message coming through. You're so caught up in how this door shut in your face that you're just you haven't been, and you're not wanting to, and or you're stuck looking at that door that's been slammed in your face, and the image, like, you need to turn around and see, oh shit, there's motherfucking doors everywhere for me. And that's that aspect. You need to kind of like take that step back. So within this darkest night, like, take that moment, take a step back, really, really reassess and see how many more options are open to you because that door shut. Be honest with yourself about the fact that if that door had opened, what I'm being shown is a very, very narrow corridor. So even though you may have thought or wished that on the other side of that it would be this great expansive vista, it was a very, very, very narrow corridor, very, very limited. So this is good. This is what your message is. It's so good that this door shut. Leave it shut. Step away. Turn around. Let's see what else is going on for you. Right. What else wants to come through for you? Pile 3. Yang. Yang is the masculine energy. It's that drive, it's that force, and this is the feminine behind the pentacles, is earth element. And that fire, especially, it's yang, but the fire particularly coming through because obviously the fire is in the hands, and that is energy, it's passion, it's this inspiration. And it feels as if like that will be in the palm of your hands, and it really will be, but you have to activate it. You have to turn around from that door, and you'll find more doors, and you'll find that your passion, that drive, your ambition, that willpower to do something comes back online. It's like that focus on the doors just like draining you dry, because and I get that it's so upsetting, it's galling that like hasn't worked out and that door hasn't opened, but really, really now is the time to like make your peace and turn your back on it. It will reignite your energy, it will reignite your oomph, that oomph that you're like, I don't want to turn around because I don't have it, because this is gone. But it's in the turn, you know, it's in the accepting of that door having shut and turning your back on it, that fire energy that you think you need to turn around actually will come. Let's see any further guidance for you. Pile 3. We will go with floor cards again. We have the Empress tree, catalyst for change, clarity, freedom, and unbinding. Look at this freedom, this expanse, like this arms reaching up. Look at this freedom, hands reaching out, this upness. These are in the reverse, these pentacles, and we want that like rising up, this expansion of you. Clarity, freedom, unbinding, stepping away from that door. And it's going to offer you so much. Your fire, your inspiration, your passion coming back. But look at this, that lilac-y crown chakra energy expansion here as you reach up into the ethers. And then this labradorite and blue lotus flower, psychic gifts, wise sage awareness, and call to action. So much of your power and your essence and spirit, like you're going to open so much more up to more guidance from your ancestors, more guidance from spirit. If you allow this, if you make this, I would even make it a ritual, like go into a journey in your mind, go into a meditation, take yourself through it, where you go, imagine that you are stood, oh, apologies, puppy has just woken up. Imagine you're in a forest, imagine that door, imagine you're stood there, see yourself stood there and turn around and see the other doors. Like do it as a meditation, do it as a journey. Actively go there to shift and to move, to allow this space for more messages to come through. This has been messages across the board, all three piles. One of the biggest messages is you will have more messages if you do this work on, on or around the darkest night. And for you, there's such a like boof expansion. It'd be beautiful. You can also use, also the Queen of Pentacles is like a lower version of the Empress, the major arcana, like it's like same. So this really is coming into yourself, into your divine feminine beauty, power, but so aligned and balanced. We've got this yang. Trees, nature, expansion. I would even with this imagery, I would do any sort of, you can't see me, but like movements like this with your arms, stretch, spread your arms wide, pretend to be a tree. Sounds silly. Do things like that though. You could also use labradorite and blue lotus. This will really, really assist. Look at that like fire energy and that triangle behind. So yeah, things that you could use to utilize. But this is beautiful. Just turn your back on that door. It will offer you so much, and so many more messages will come through to you. I will leave before the puppy starts squeaking all the more. I hope you have a beautiful winter solstice. Please please comment, let me know how it landed. I love hearing from you. Subscribe so you don't miss more. If you'd like a one-to-one reading, please reach out. My details are in the description box below, and I will see you in my next reading.